I'm your host, Trumbull McPhee. That's right. I got a couple notes yesterday, or emails, from people saying, "Are those tulips behind you dying?" Yes, they are. They are dying. I have not had a chance to go get new flowers. I apologize. As you can see, it's a one-man band here, and the budget, the lowest budget in the world of television broadcasting. If this were television broadcasting. You know what today is, right? Oh! I am not sure what that was, but that is our music that signals that today is, of course, the Friday 5. My five top tips for apartment dwellers, which, of course, can also be relate to you if you live in small spaces or you're looking to do some stuff on a budget, or sorry, but that, I'm thinking about our sound effects and how just mother of pearl, they're so silly. What was I saying? Yes, the Friday 5 apartment dwellers, indeed. Before I get to the Friday 5, I'll get there. Let's not forget that Monday, and we'll have a brand new sound effect for this, I'm sure. Can't wait. Can't wait, people, to hear that one. It's Awesomeness Mondays. So write in, angelohome.com, ask Angelo a thing that you have found in the world that you think is awesome. It doesn't have to be necessarily about design. It could be anything. It could be food related. It could be an awesome story. It could be something that you found in your travels, a fantastic place to visit, or it could be, a great decorating tip. If you can, send in a picture and your name, and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, I'm going to get to the top 5 here. Top 5 for apartment dwellers. Okay, number 1 is use fabric or wallpaper on plywood or in a frame as artwork. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I cannot even read my own writing. Okay. See, this is why, Steve from Nevada, I'm not switching to decaf. Can you imagine? Okay. Use fabric or wallpaper on plywood or in a frame as artwork, but also a great way to add color and texture or pattern on a wall when you can't paint. As you can see in this visual, somewhere here in this visual, the panels are wallpaper-covered panels that are hung up on a wall. Really simple, really inexpensive. You can look for remnant fabric at your fabric store or discontinued wallpaper, and by just either framing it in frames, inexpensive frames that you can purchase at IKEA. If you have an IKEA near you, they have great deals on frames. And just put them on the wall. This is a great way to take a white plain wall, or that beigey Navajo white that a lot of apartments have, and make it interesting. And you can also change it out. So unlike painting a wall, this is really easy. If you get bored with a pattern or a texture, just change it out. Number 2, a large bookcase can help add architectural interest in a boring, boxy room. Painting or wallpapering the back panel is also another great way to add color without painting the walls. Most apartments, and I've lived in my share of them, are not very interesting in terms of what's going on in the room. They're very boxy, they're very utilitarian. Adding a large piece of furniture like an inexpensive bookcase like this in this visual adds interest to the room. It's almost as if you're adding, in an odd way, crown molding, because it gives the room a little bit more depth. And then the back panel of the bookcase, have fun with it. You can paint that back panel, you can add a wallpaper texture back there. So another great way to bring in not only color and texture and pattern without having to mess up the wall. It's a fantastic way to bring in some architectural detail. Number 3, using seating without arms for an open feeling in a small space. Also, pick fabrics with some interest in side chairs and throw pillows to make your room feel more intimate. Shameless plug of one of my chairs, now available at Kohl's.com. Sorry, I just had to. But seriously, seriously. If you are dealing with a small space, especially in an apartment, you want to look for furnishings that have sort of an open feel, maybe even low back and not a lot of arms. Maybe your sofa or love seat has arms. Then if you want to bring in side chairs, bring some armless side chairs and maybe give them a pattern. have them have a texture or pattern to add a little pop of interest. Again, you want to think about ways to create interest in a room, since most of the times you can't paint the walls. And not that there's anything wrong with walls that don't have, you know, big punches of color on them, but you want to find ways to create some interest in that space. And texture is really one of them. Number 4, find stylish functional furniture. Coffee tables or ottomans that double for storage are great for small spaces and apartment living. So true, so true. This is great actually no matter where you live, whether you have a giant house, a medium-sized house, or an apartment or a condo. I love, personally, furniture that does double duty. Love it. And storage ottomans at the foot of a bed are perfect for extra linens. They're perfect at the foot of a bed in a guest room for a guest that wants to have extra towels in there, or even a place to store the things that they brought with them. And storage ottomans and coffee tables in a living room or family room just rock. I think they're absolutely fantastic, especially storage ottomans, because they're lightweight enough to move around to create extra seating when people come over or when kids are playing, but at the same time, the storage aspect, fabulous. So fantastic. Number 5, make the most of a small, awkward space. Find ways to carve out storage with bookshelves. Add bright color and pattern to a small, dark room to make it bright and livable. I've been in so many crammed little apartment spaces that I've had to carve out living space within those spaces. And finding ways to do it that suits your needs is really important, and storage is always one of them. So if you can find little nooks to add bookcases or add some sort of storage, but also if you can paint, finding ways to take those dark, small spaces, especially if you're living in a garden apartment, which usually means it is below ground, or if you're living in a basement apartment, or in just an apartment that doesn't get a lot of light. Being able to add some color to that room, even if you're just doing it on one wall, and bringing in colorful textures and patterns in your bedding if it's a bedroom, or upholstery, or accent pillows, or drapes, or even a rug. Ways to take a very small room and give it some light when it's not getting any natural light. It's really important. And those are my 5 top tips for apartment dwellers. I hope they helped you. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of the Friday 5. Yeah, that's what it is, the Friday 5. And don't forget, Monday, awesomeness Mondays. And I have completely laid off on talking about the Olympics. Right? Impressive. Until Monday. I'm not going to be, I'm frothing. I'm frothing with anticipation because there's so much I want to talk about, but I'm not going to right now. All right, have a fantastic weekend. See you guys on Monday.